I'm Simon Howell. I'm the Managing Director of RAGT Seeds in the UK. I'm also the Commercial Director for the group for Northern Europe, and we've been working in partnership with Dupree now for 2 years. But not just to myself, to the whole team, they're considered part of the company, and that's the most flattering thing I could say about them. They might not be in the same office, but we consider them part of our company, and their interaction with all of us and the way they work and operate and their understanding of our values of our business. My main concerns with going all the way back to the brand development and Chrissy coming up with a concept that we need to work and engage with something to take our brand forward, I think was ignorance on my behalf, not really understanding all aspects and facets of marketing and how it interacts with different customers, clients, businesses, partners at all different levels. So I think the work that Dupree did, they actually demonstrated what marketing was as in the whole sphere of it, not just one aspect where I was very much focused on marketing is an advert, but it was the whole concept, how they take our brand and our products out and engage with audiences, all different types of audiences, and bring it back to us. So it got me to look at marketing in a totally different way. You look at the service and the vision and what we discovered. We used to have a budget which technically was for advertising or events taking it forward. Now we have a pool of money that delivers a message and a vision, and it's the way that we use that pool now is a lot more efficient. We get a lot more for our buck, so to speak, but actually doing it in partnership with a company like Dupree has changed how we utilise that and how we take it forward. As I said earlier, I started with fear, then came into great excitement, then it came into will we lose control, and then it came into actually delivering possibly one of the best relaunches of a brand in UK agriculture we've seen. The feedback we have from our competitors, how they notice our brand now and how they're threatened by our brand. So if you've got a competitor talking to you about they're so impressed with what you're doing, imagine what it's actually meaning to your clients and partners. It was Chrissy, our marketing manager, chose you. She went through a process looking at 6 different agencies, and then she came back to me and said, this is the agency I believe we should work with and engage with. The process she went through to do that is, that's what I've left somebody's head of marketing to do. I haven't done it. She came up with a client, being Dupree, who she felt I would be happy to work with, who she would have the relationship she wanted, and we would get the engagement that we needed. So it's not down to me at all. It's down to the work that you guys did with Chrissy. I felt I didn't have a problem, but I'm not marketing. My marketing manager said that we weren't structured, we thought marketing was an advert, and it's changed our whole view on taking a vision forward. So Dupree put a lot of work into our brand, who we are, as opposed to not just marketing a portfolio. There's a lot of work and effort spent in creating a brand around RAGT Seeds to take that forward, and then the products come with it. So it was a totally different journey. We went through the 1970s, 1980s classic thing. We're launching a new variety, here's an advert, bang, we need to spend X amount of thousands because it's new, here we go. We no longer do that. We look at the whole message, and so it's totally changed the ethos of how we work. Meetings. It's fun. And that's maybe not the most professional thing to say, but for me it's really important. When we have meetings, we're bouncing ideas off each other. you're sometimes cautious about, is this going to be too left field? But we have such a great exchange and dialogue. They're not meetings which are your normal sort of meetings where it's a partner and a client, etc. We do not have that. As I said earlier on, it's about you guys are part of the company. You are really embedded into our RAGT now. So when we have a workshop and a meeting, and we'll do some meetings where you must really think it's not relevant you be there. We want you there because we feel you are part of that team. That's possibly the biggest compliment we could give you, that you're must be dragged along to meetings you think maybe you don't need to be there. We want you there because we feel you are part of our RAGT. And that's so the exchange and the dialogue and the openness and honesty we have, but on both parties. If either of us think that this is crazy, it's not going to work, bang, we're honest about it, and that's the most important thing.